Welcome to Crown and Clay, where history is not just told, it's resurrected. This is more than history. This is the echo of power and the imprint of legacy. This is Crown and Clay. Hey history fans, welcome back to the channel. If you love ancient mysteries, you're in the right place. Today we're exploring the 8th Dynasty of Egypt, a time when the mighty pharaohs were no longer masters of a united kingdom, but rulers over a crumbling world. Who were these kings? Why did their dynasty barely leave a trace? And what does this era tell us about the fall of ancient Egypt's first great civilization? Let's uncover the secrets of Egypt's forgotten rulers. Before the 8th Dynasty, Egypt was thriving under the Old Kingdom, the era of the great pyramid builders like Khufu, Khafre, and Pepi II. But by the end of the 6th Dynasty, everything started to fall apart. The reasons? Droughts, famines, decentralization, and weakened central authority. The 7th Dynasty, if it even truly existed, is described in some sources as a time when 70 kings ruled in 70 days. That's likely symbolic, but paints a clear picture of total chaos. Into this storm came the 8th Dynasty, trying to restore order in a fractured nation. The 8th Dynasty ruled from Memphis, the ancient capital, but their power was limited, often just symbolic. Most of what we know comes from king lists, especially the Abydos king list. It names around 17 kings, but we have almost no monuments, tombs, or inscriptions from them. Some of the names include Neferkare I, possibly a descendant of Pepi II, tried to link to former glory. Neferkamen, Nikar, Neferkare II, and others, known only by name. These weren't kings of empire. They were kings of survival, ruling a kingdom that was falling apart beneath them. Why is the 8th Dynasty such a blank spot in history? There are three main reasons. Weak central power meant fewer construction projects, especially no pyramids or temples to immortalize their reigns. Loss of control outside of Memphis. Local governors, known as nomarchs, began acting independently. Later dynasties didn't glorify them. They were seen as a failure. Rulers of Egypt's first dark age. Life during the 8th Dynasty was hard. The Nile's floods, essential for agriculture, became erratic. This caused crop failure, famine, and mass suffering. Religious institutions were collapsing. Tombs were looted. Priests and nomarchs began seizing more local control. In short, Egypt was breaking apart, and the kings could do little to stop it. They weren't gods on earth anymore. They were barely holding on. With the pharaoh's power fading, regional governors, the nomarchs, rose to fill the vacuum. These local rulers controlled taxes, temples, and even their own armies. In many places, they ignored the pharaoh altogether. The country began to fracture into semi-independent regions, leading to what historians call the First Intermediate Period, a time of civil strife and political instability. This decentralization would define Egypt for over a century. Eventually, the 8th Dynasty fell entirely, and new centers of power emerged, especially in Heracleopolis, where the 9th and 10th dynasties took root. But these weren't national dynasties. They were regional powers still battling for legitimacy. The pharaonic ideal had collapsed, and it would take centuries and the rise of the Middle Kingdom to bring back the vision of a unified Egypt under a single king. The kings of the 8th Dynasty may be lost to history, but they tell an important story of power in crisis, of rulers trying to hold onto a world slipping through their fingers. They may not have left behind towering monuments, but their struggles still echo through time. If you enjoyed uncovering this forgotten chapter, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more ancient mysteries, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a journey into the past. And tell us in the comments, which lost dynasty should we explore next? Until next time, stay curious and stay digging.